He was a titan, a mogul, Sean Diddy Combs, the name synonymous with hip-hop royalty, a man who built an empire on music, charisma, and an undeniable aura of success. From the streets of Harlem to the pinnacle of the entertainment industry, Diddy's rise seemed unstoppable. But behind the dazzling smile and extravagant lifestyle, a darkness whispered. A creeping unease followed Diddy's every move. The whispers started subtly, rumors of a volatile temper, stories of ruthless ambition. But as Diddy's star ascended, so did the intensity of the accusations against him. Whispers became shouts, drowned out by the roar of his success, yet always lingering in the background. What secrets lurked beneath the surface of this self-proclaimed king? The allegations against Diddy were like cracks in a pristine facade, each one threatening to shatter the carefully crafted image. They painted a picture of a man who used his power like a weapon, wielding it to control and manipulate those around him. Stories emerged from the shadows, tales of young artists trapped in exploitative contracts, their careers held hostage by Diddy's iron grip. They spoke of a system designed to benefit the kingpin, leaving aspiring stars broken and used. The murmurs went beyond mere business dealings. There were whispers of something darker, more sinister. Rumors of parties that blurred the lines of consent, where young women were treated as commodities, their presence expected to entertain Diddy and his entourage. These were not the glamorous gatherings splashed across magazine pages. These were whispered tales of coercion and abuse, shrouded in secrecy and fear. The stories shared a chilling commonality, a pattern of manipulation and coercion. Diddy, they claimed, was a master puppeteer, pulling the strings of his empire with ruthless efficiency. He surrounded himself with loyalists, individuals who benefited from his power and were incentivized to maintain his secrets. Those who dared to question or defy him were swiftly dealt with, their careers and reputations destroyed. Diddy's accusers spoke of a suffocating atmosphere of fear and intimidation. They described a man who thrived on control, who derived pleasure from the power he held over others. His presence was said to be both intoxicating and terrifying, a potent mix of charisma and menace that left those in his orbit feeling trapped and powerless. The music industry, with its dazzling lights and promises of fame, has always been a breeding ground for exploitation. Aspiring stars, blinded by dreams of success, often find themselves vulnerable to predators who prey on their ambition. Diddy's accusers claimed that he was one such predator, using his influence and power to silence those who dared to speak out against him. The price of silence was high, careers were destroyed, reputations tarnished. Some accusers claimed they were offered hush money, their silence bought with a combination of threats and financial incentives. The message was clear: defy Diddy and face the consequences. Section 5. Trapped in the Glare. The allegations against Diddy cast a dark shadow over his glittering career. They forced the public to confront the uncomfortable truth that fame and fortune often come at a cost borne by those who are silenced and exploited. The stories painted a disturbing portrait of a man who used his power to control and abuse, hiding behind a carefully constructed facade of success. The accusations were not without their skeptics. Some dismissed them as the disgruntled ramblings of jealous rivals or opportunistic hangers-on, eager for their 15 minutes of fame. Others pointed to Diddy's philanthropic endeavors, his image as a savvy businessman and cultural icon, as evidence that the allegations were unfounded. Section 6. A culture of fear. But the sheer volume of accusations and the consistency of the stories was difficult to ignore. They spoke to a culture of fear and silence within the music industry, a culture where powerful men like Diddy could operate with impunity, their actions shielded by wealth, influence, and a network of enablers. The allegations against Diddy were not isolated incidents. They were indicative of a systemic problem, a rot that ran deep within the entertainment world. Diddy's accusers, emboldened by the #MeToo movement, and a growing awareness of the prevalence of sexual misconduct began to find their voices. They refused to be silenced any longer, determined to expose the truth about the man behind the myth. Section 7. The Mask Slips. One by one they came forward, their stories chillingly similar. They described a pattern of behavior that was both calculated and predatory. They spoke of unwanted advances, of being pressured into sexual acts, of being made to feel like objects to be used and discarded. The mask of the charming, successful mogul was slipping, revealing a darker, more sinister side to Diddy. There were tales of parties at Diddy's sprawling mansions where young women were allegedly recruited to entertain the music mogul and his entourage. These weren't the glamorous gatherings portrayed in music videos. These were whispered accounts of coercion and abuse, shrouded in secrecy and fear. Section 8. The Stories Surface. One woman, a former artist signed to Diddy's label, claimed that he had pressured her into having sex with him, promising to advance her career in return. When she refused, she alleged that he became verbally abusive and threatened to blacklist her from the industry. Another woman, an aspiring model, claimed that she had been drugged and assaulted at one of Diddy's parties. She said she was too afraid to come forward at the time, fearing for her safety and her future. These stories, and others like them, painted a disturbing portrait of a man who abused his power and influence to exploit and manipulate those around him. They challenged the public's perception of Diddy, forcing them to confront the uncomfortable reality that behind the wealth, fame, and success, there lurked a dark and troubling side. Section 9. Seeking Justice. Many of Diddy's accusers have sought justice through the legal system, filing lawsuits alleging sexual assault, harassment, and exploitation. These legal battles are ongoing, with Diddy vehemently denying all allegations against him. He has maintained his innocence, claiming that the accusations are false and motivated by greed and a desire to tarnish his reputation. The legal proceedings have been complex and contentious, with both sides accusing the other of lying and manipulation. The outcome of these cases remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the allegations against Diddy have tarnished his legacy, casting a long shadow over his once impeccable image. Section 10. Unanswered Questions. The allegations against Diddy raise troubling questions about power, influence, and accountability. They force us to confront the uncomfortable truth that even in today's world, where we are encouraged to believe that everyone is equal under the law, wealth and power can often shield abusers from facing the consequences of their actions. The #MeToo movement has brought to light the pervasiveness of sexual misconduct, particularly in industries like entertainment, where power dynamics are often skewed. The allegations against Diddy serve as a stark reminder that no one, regardless of their status or wealth, is above the law. Section 11. The Power of Truth. The truth, as they say, has a way of coming to light. Whether or not Diddy is ever held legally accountable for the allegations against him, the damage to his reputation has been done. The stories of his accusers have chipped away at the carefully crafted facade, revealing a darker, more troubling side to the music mogul. The allegations against Diddy serve as a cautionary tale, a reminder that power, when left unchecked, can be a dangerous and destructive force. They also highlight the importance of believing survivors and creating a culture where they feel safe to come forward and share their stories without fear of retribution. The pursuit of justice can be long and arduous, but it is a pursuit worth undertaking, for in the end, it is the truth that will set us free.